There's an old saying in the city of destruction. It's all about the journey, not the destination. I have it on the highest of authorities that this city of ours will be destroyed by burning sulfur raining down from the heavens. And when that happens, we will, all of us, die. There's no judgment coming, he called out the window as the coach pulled away. Reaching tenuously for the next hand grip, he felt the shift in his own weight, just as his burden swung in the other direction, and he knew he was going to fall. Faithful drew back, the breath sucked from his lungs. While he'd been focused on the abandoned weapon, the bones had begun to quiver and rattle. Then they were sliding along the sandy soil, making a hideous clacking sound as joints came back together, spines reattaching to skulls.
Slices from the east.
2 blocks down, Faithful found the entire roadway blocked by a frothing mass of hooligans who had a man cornered against the cobbler's shop, like a pack of hounds around a mink. As he drew closer, Faithful... "Who are you?" he demanded. "And what do you want?"
"I am here for your house,"
the old man said.
"I am not here to buy it, but to burn it to the ground."
One of them spotted Christian as he shrunk back, fixed its eyes upon the frightened pilgrim, and roared, so deep and loud that he felt it reverberating in his bones. Faithful raised the gun, pointing the muzzle 6 inches from the man's face. "I'm gonna count to 3. Revelry slipped into the shop and pushed the door shut, bracing it with his back. Everyone is going crazy. They're all saying that our city will, in a short time, be burned to the ground with fire from heaven." Casting her eyes at Faithful with a smoldering desire.
"I've been waiting for you, Faithful."
You have? Faithful took a few staggering steps toward her before his knees locked up. The 2 dark figures stood in unison and turned to face Mr. Greatheart. Their skin was a pale gray. Their pupil-less eyes hung heavy, sagging like a dead man's, and their hands were obscenely long and gnarled.
"It's ours,"
one of them said. Thunder began to rumble in from the east, and flashes of lightning all but blinded me. In each new flash, I saw new terrors. 4 men on horses, riding over the land, bringing with them plague and war and famine. The angel of death, emptying vials of pestilence all over the land. A breeze began to blow, from where he could not tell, picking up more and more, blowing against Faithful's face and through his hair and filling the valley, whirling about. All at once, every dead man took a sudden gasping breath and stood. He sputtered frantically, trying to steal a breath, but instead tasting the filth and muck as it filled his mouth. He spit it out just as the creature beneath the surface began to tighten around him. "I know, and I forgive you. Be cleansed now of all your unrighteousness." Pulling the sash from his own robe, the Lord dipped it into the water and washed Faithful's wounds. No sooner had he disappeared from sight than a horse and rider came thundering up the road from the south, wearing the colors of a royal messenger. "Mr. Greatheart, I presume." "None other. This is for you." He extended a document, sealed with...
"Who are you to reject me, you foul, wicked man?"
"You will not deny your carnality. You cannot stand for long in the face of temptation."
He circled around to the courthouse, dark and empty, and using his key slipped in the front door. By feel and memory, he made his way to the storeroom beside the judge's chambers and let himself in. A few fireworks exploded outside, and by their light, the big guard was rising now, shaking his head violently, hand moving toward his sword, but Greatheart was faster, drawing his own blade and holding it a few inches shy of the guard's throat. Beelzebub followed him out, flustered and blustering.
"Come back here, you filthy, homeless wretch. I'm not done with you."
The Prince of Princes came to a stop. He could feel the creatures closing back in on him, the goblins and demons circling above like vultures. He would not reach the Celestial City. That much was clear. As quickly as he went down, the valiant warrior rose, spun, and with a single blow removed the man's head from his body. Turning again to face his foes, he grabbed the nearest table and threw it on its side, as if it weighed nothing, spilling documents and golden amulets. Then he overturned another and another. The traders and traffickers made to intervene, but all stopped short and thought better of it, first backing away, then turning tail to run. And then it happened. He did not see the Lord with his bodily eyes, but with the eyes of faith, of understanding, the eyes of his soul. The massive wings shot open again with a concussive whump that almost knocked Christian onto his back.
I am an enemy of this prince. I hate his person, his laws, and his people, and I am more than enough to keep you from going further along the way. Now, prepare to die, for I swear by my own fiery throne that I will spill your soul.
And with that, he lit a javelin with a blue flame from out of his mouth and hurled it at Christian, who brought up his shield just in time to glance the projectile off into the woods beyond. Christian drew his sword and pounded his fist against his breastplate. "I will withstand you," he cried out. A wave of burning darts lit up. Christian broke the silence. "Yeah, so you were saying someone showed up at your door and prompted you to set out?" "Oh, right. It's a long and strange story." "Well, it's a long and strange road."
High and Silver and Gutcheck Media presents The Pilgrim's Progress. From this world to that which is to come. John Bunyan's timeless Christian allegory, as told by Zachary Bartels. High and Silver.
Gut